Hi, I'm Tamara Wickerruck from Harcourts Hills Living, and this is Tamara Talks. I'm passionate about the hills and the people in it, so every month I'll be speaking to one of the amazing residents that make up this unique corner of the world. Today I'm here with Michael and Neil from Kirribilli Homes. Thanks for taking the time to have a chat with me.
Sure, no worries. Thank you, Tamara.
No problem.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how long have you been in business together and had the company Kirribilli Homes?
Well, Kirribilli Homes started about several years ago. Neil founded the company, and then as a renovator I came on board about 18 months ago. And in that time we found we had a very good synergy together. I'm very creative, Neil's very technical, and so we have a company that's licensed. We have a company that is specialising in renovations in the Hills area, and we've just hit the ground running and been very busy, yeah.
Okay, have you always, both of you, have you lived in the Hills all your life, or why did you choose the Hills to have your business?
So originally when I started the company 7 years ago, we were basically based at the North Shore. So we lived out here and travelled to the North Shore every day, and because that's where most of our clients were. Because of the travel and a few other things, we kind of decided to come back to the Hills about 2.5 years ago. We decided to come back, and the traffic was just getting too much.
Yes, yeah. So how have you found, establishing yourself back in the Hills?
Well, we had an office in Dural for quite some time, and we found that we wanted a bigger office. We moved into Glenwood, and so my family's here in the Hills area. Neil's lived in the Hills area. Even though the business started and was established in the North Shore, it was very easy to go into the eastern suburbs. A lot of the people that we know are now calling us up in the Hills area for what we do. We had a particular client who was very, very happy because they were the winning bid at an auction. They got this property in Borkham Hills. They were so excited, they gave us a call, and they ran with a real view and vision of what they wanted in the house. And we talked to them about that, and then when we got the keys, we found whole areas of compliance that needed to happen with the house. So there was this tension between what the client wanted and their budget and what the house actually needed in terms of there were water penetration issues which needed addressing. And basically he had not planned to do a bathroom and ensuite renovation, but guess what? Yeah. They needed to do it because...
And that was due to some of the issues when he purchased the property?
It was. Right? They had a pre-inspection report done. We see this happen a lot, don't we, Neil? Mm-hmm. Pre-inspection reports. People get a pre-inspection report. They're not worth the money they're written on, honestly. This is through time and experience, we see this happening a lot.
Yeah.
They get the report, they say, but I got the report, and we say, come and see the house. Yeah. Let's walk you through the house now. So there's this tension between their vision, the budget, and compliance, and what needs to happen. So at this point he says, let's do the bathroom. If we're going to do the bathroom, let's do the ensuite. If we're going to do that, my wife really wanted a walk-in robe, so we actually shuffled the timber frame walls inside to suit and create a his and hers walk-in robe. They're absolutely delighted, and at the same time we did the kitchen. We took the house back to bare bones, basically. All the gyprock sheeting came off, didn't it, Neil?
And that would have really
increased
the value of the home as
tremendously.
Well.
Yeah, it was completely different to what the vision initially was, but this is where we have the ability to actually sit down with the client and say, okay, you've got this vision, why did you want to do this? Yeah. And now let's look at what the house needs. Let's go about another way and see how we can do this without going over your budget. We don't want to go over your budget because we want you to be happy. So we need to know what your budget is for what you want to do, and we'll keep it there for you.
Are there any services that you find reoccurring, when you are going into new properties to look after?
Yeah, for sure. One of those areas is water penetration issues, where whether that's water coming through the roof, through a membrane in the bathroom, for example. In one particular case, we were doing a bathroom renovation, but to set that up properly, we had to spend 5 or 6 days actually under the floor in the subfloor area, pulling out timbers that rotted away with the water issues, and rebuilding the subfloor before we could actually start the bathroom renovations.
Is there any way that you can test whether a roof is leaking? Without rain, how else do you test it?
Yeah, funny you asked, Tamara. We actually do a rain dance. So we actually get our full headgear on. We do a little dance. We're obviously magical shaman, and it rains. It's amazing.
It just rains.
Yeah. Yeah. So
really?
Yeah, no. So what we actually do is we actually climb up on a roof with that harness and we'll do a pressure test, and we'll actually basically simulate a storm by doing a water pressure test. So we use a high pressure hose. We'll actually put it into the area and around the roof where the leak's supposed to be, and sometimes we'll actually use a dye or a colour to actually find where that leak is actually coming through from. Once we actually find out where that water leak is coming from, we can either fix it or replace a tile, or so sometimes often it's a crack in the tile that we physically can't see, or there might be a defect in the actual tile itself which is causing water to actually go around or through the tile.
Well, that's great. Well, look, thanks so much for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is there one area that, you know, is there one...
She's looking at banana. Is there one area? Banana, apples.
More editing.
Is there one area with the renovations that you do that you find... Is there one area with the renovation that you do that you find that comes up a little bit more? Oh.
There's one particular renovation that is just recurring over and over again, isn't it, Neil? Mm-hmm. That's the whole area of water penetration issues. Yeah. Okay.
How do you actually test for leaks in the roof?
How do we test?
Yeah.
Probably the most common way that we test is through a rain dance. We'll wear it. It's amazing. You laughed!
No, that's fine.
We actually... It just went blank. Okay, hang on. I'm getting there. Why am I laughing? Cry aloud, Mike. Alright.
So is that really what happens?
It's not helping at all. And we can normally see the trail where the water's coming down from.
Okay, interesting. Yeah.
Let's